Mama Selena for African Daisy. And we are here again with this famous YouTuber.
Kenyan American trucker
Yes.
himself. In case you want a better videos, better channel,
Where?
please,
Not better.
more subscribers, please go to the Kenyan American trucker. It's not as boring as this one.
And
but
you Kenyan American trucker subscribers, please subscribe to my channel also. Oh, that's awesome.
Of course,
Yes.
I love African Daisy.
Yes.
It's my most number one favorite channel. But anyway,
Yes. So we're here. We want to talk about, what do we want to talk about today?
we
wanna
want
have
to
a
talk
conversation.
about that. Can you actually succeed now that I have moved in Kenya full time? Can you actually make it?
In
Can you succeed in Kenya?
Yeah.
Because people say, I have the power of the dollar. And in Kenya, you cannot succeed.
And the
Can you
Musungu. He has the power
course,
of the Musungu and the dollar.
Can you actually succeed while in Kenya? Can you save 50 shillings and make it to $1 million? Do you think you can?
Yeah.
I think you
actually
can't.
can.
I think
You
can't.
think you cannot?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I will be,
Okay.
I don't think you can.
And I'm going to say you can. Okay.
So how can you make it in Kenya?
Yeah. So I really know you can because
How?
let's say you
And maybe even, I just thought of this, but
Yeah.
maybe start with how you told me to
Okay.
be a mkokoteni
Yes.
guy.
So back in the day, right after we got married, we had ordered a bed and we needed it delivered to our house. And we lived in town at the time. And we didn't have anything at that
You didn't
point.
have much
We had
monies.
not much money. No matter what people think, this is not a dollar sign. This is just a person. So we didn't have
She was
money.
broke.
Yeah.
And I
basically.
was broke. Two broke people
He was dating
brought
me
together.
when I was very broke. So anyway, yes. And so we got this bed and we got a mkokoteni guy to bring the bed.
And at the time, I didn't have a job.
Yeah, because his bike had been stolen
At
all
that
these
time.
things. So he didn't have a job at the time.
And
so,
this bed had been bought for
a wedding gift.
For a wedding gift
Yeah.
by my mom's friends, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we were just picking it up now. And so we had to pay the mkokoteni guy to bring the bike. So we're walking behind this guy. And I said, baby, you could be a mkokoteni guy. And you said,
I said, man, how can I be? I went to school, I cannot be a mkokoteni guy.
And I said, well, maybe you did. But he's getting more money than we are.
Because we are broke.
Because we had to pay him.
And we are paying him to pick our bed for us.
Yes.
So at the end of the day,
And we were not the only people that he was working for that day.
so at the end of the day, he's probably gonna make. But so
He made some
anyway, so
money.
I'm gonna say so. People say when I'm mkokoteni, maybe he has 2 children. So I'm gonna be the mkokoteni. I'm gonna oppose your make it in Kenya. So the guy will say, I have 2 children. I pay 40,000. How can I save?
Yeah.
How can I save? I pay 40,000 per term. I have 2 children. How can I save?
Yes.
I make 1,000 shillings
a day.
Let's say. How can I save?
Until add up till I have to pay
I can pay fees 40,000. That is 80,000 a term.
A term.
Let's say.
But let's say he goes to, I would say the mkokoteni guy, to be honest, if he's struggling that much, do you think he really pays that much per term?
I would
Because
say
there are schools here that are free.
Public schools.
Public schools.
So let's say he goes to public schools.
Let's say he goes.
So that means if he's a mkokoteni guy, the children should not go to
I'm not saying
private
he shouldn't.
school. No, they shouldn't.
Yeah,
He doesn't have the money to.
Right, he doesn't
I
have the
think
money
they
to.
shouldn't.
Right,
But-
they should go to a
and
school.
I'm supporting you. Should support you.
Yes.
I'm supporting.
So the reality
so-
is he doesn't have 40,000.
I don't have 40,000.
Because
What
even
should
if
I
you
do?
make 1,000 a day.
No, what should I do?
Yes. So for sure, the children should go to public school, or you homeschool. It's becoming a thing in Kenya, regardless.
But how can I homeschool while I'm working as a
The mom,
mkokoteni?
because the
So
wife.
the mom is selling mboga or doing
Yes, but you can also sell mboga and homeschool your children. That is the glorious thing about homeschooling. But if you choose not to do homeschooling, so I'm just trying to use ways. That's not a big popular thing here. People are saying, well, I'm not a teacher. Okay, but there is public school and they can go to public school.
I think that is impossible because, first of all, for you to homeschool, you need a laptop, a printer, a computer to do it. So I think that is impossible.
Okay, but you also can just get books, straight books. You don't
I don't
have to do
I
it
don't
online.
have the money to get the books.
Yes, but you have 40,000 to go to.
No,
school.
remember, I'm the mkokoteni guy here.
Yes.
Baby. So I don't have the 40,000.
Yeah.
I earn 1,000 a day, and that is when.
Yes.
So in a month, I probably earn 10,000.
Yeah. So my
rent is 2,000.
Right.
It's
yes.
one room divided by sheets.
Right.
Please, I think I'm
So
helping your points here. I think I'm winning. So basically,
no.
when
So
you are in Kenya
what do you
and
do?
you are a
No. So what do you do in
cannot
that?
be rich.
No.
Sorry.
No.
She is not.
That's not true.
Yeah. How? Tell me how.
So
help me understand.
My thing. Okay. My thing is this.
No, help me. Yes.
Yes. So my thing is this.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple ways that I think that could how you could save. If you're gonna say how you could save, that's a little bit different story. But I would
saving.
say,
no, I'm saying
I would
how
say
do I survive?
that you listen. Yeah, now I'm telling you. So if you're making 1,000 a day, and you have let's say you're not paying school fees because you don't have it to pay to. I would say most people, unless they have, I don't know, this higher paying jobs, or unless they're getting out loans, do not have to go to these higher schools that have higher fees. But what I have discovered in this place is that just because you pay more for the school does not necessarily mean that the school itself is a better quality school.
That is true.
So
it's just
a lot of times it's competition. A lot of times it's for status. It's for me to look good because I can say I go to this school.
Right.
So that's what I've discovered here.
Right.
A lot of times the schools, the other schools here are very good schools, as far as education is concerned.
But
so that's that one. Now you make 1,000 a day. Now if you're in Kenya,
that is on a good day.
On a good day, let's say let's say even you make
200.
Let's say you make 500.
200. You see, you
200.
can never be rich in Kenya.
Okay. So you make 200 a day. Okay,
you
sure.
Just stay poor.
You take 50 shillings.
50 shillings?
Yeah.
Okay, 50 shillings.
A day, because we're talking about a day.
Yes.
You said that you make that amount a day.
So 50
200.
shillings.
So you're going to take
50 shillings.
You have 200, and you're just going to take 50 shillings of that. Okay?
I have decided on this podcast that if you are poor, you just stay poor.
That's terrible. You have no hope. So if you take 50 times 365, you tell me what that is. What is it?
What?
365 days
times
50 shillings.
Just add 50 behind this.
So is what?
So this is 3650 times 5.
5 to
That's
30.
A lot of money.
It's a lot of money. You tell me in 1 year. No, you add that up, baby cakes.
Let's use the calculator because there's no reason to stress our brains.
Okay, so 50 shillings times 365, because we're talking about a day. Let's say you make 200 shillings a day.
Where's your calculator, madam?
There.
So 365.
365. No,
but
50
are
shillings.
we working Sunday to
50
Sunday?
50 shillings.
Sunday to Sunday?
Do they work Sunday to Sunday?
This is like Chick-fil-A here. You need a day to rest as per the Bible.
Okay, let's not do Sunday. So you work Monday to Friday or Saturday. You have to work to Saturday.
Monday to Saturday. How many days? Because
this is the.
So how many Sundays?
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
5 days in a week, right? 5 days in a week times 4 times 12. So 240 days a year.
240 days times
a year. In these 40 days, you get sick 30 days.
No, I don't talk about that now. Just currently, but you need to hear what it is.
My God.
Whether you get sick or not,
Please
you need
help
to hear.
me. I think my wife is
times
50
shillings equals
12,000.
12,000
has not paid one child school fees.
12,000 shillings
is savings.
In 1 year. That's with 50 shillings in 240 days. Right. That's not counting Sunday. Now, listen, that's with a tiny little amount. The point I'm trying to make in this is so you still have put it here, put your numbers. You still have your 200 minus 50 is how much?
You still have
is 150 a day that you have.
So basically.
Then also you can eat skooma here, which does not cost you, because most of the people that I know are living in their own home. Even that mkokoteni guy has his own house. He's not renting. That guy is not renting.
No, he's renting.
How do you know he's renting?
Because
he's a man.
No.
So he's been given land. He's been given land.
No, but that is, you are saying practically he has no home. He's renting. And he's paying 2,000 a month.
So he needs to get a different rental.
But
he can't do that because he doesn't have that amount.
But now he has 2 children.
So he'll have to work more jobs. He'll have to pick up his mkokoteni.
Friends and family.
Business. So the mkokoteni guy.
I think I'm winning. There's no way you're gonna get rich in Kenya if you're a mkokoteni guy.
So this is what you need to do.
You're gonna just stay poor, die poor, and.
No, so that's not true. So.
But anyway, let me challenge it this way. Friends and family, if there is a way you can get rich, is it get rich the word?
Yeah.
From being a mkokoteni and having 2 kids and living in a 1-bedroom house paying 2,000. Can you make it in Kenya?
No, I want to challenge.
I don't think you can make it in Kenya. I want to challenge on this.
So,
I really don't think you
on
can make
transportation. Okay, so if you think about in this country, the things that are going to, in 5 years, that are still going to be here, right? It's going to be transportation, right?
Mkokoteni is not going to be there because they're going to be self-driving cars. So
not here, not in 5 years here in Kenya. It took 20 years till, I don't know, people, here, not here. It's a little slower here. It'll take a lot longer till the self-driving cars come. Maybe 1 or 2 will come. But the point is, the mkokoteni guy needs to consider, now, this is how much, this is what I'm doing. This is how far I'm going.
Right.
How do I take this job? Because I know, beyond a shadow of doubt, people will still need their goods transported, right?
Right.
They will still need transportation.
Right.
Like it's still something that in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it's still going to be a thing.
But
also, as far as being the specifically, how do I take that? I think we have to start to think about how could he take, okay, do you remember the story of the guy? We should find that story of the guy who was mentally challenged and he started shining shoes.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then he bought himself a fleet of matatus.
No, and there was one guy that actually this one I remember, I used this one and I saved a couple of dollars for myself. Is the one guy that, I don't know if it's the same guy, but it was on K24. And he had been doing Mahindi Choma and saved 200 a day for 10 years. And he had about 800,000 and bought a Manyanga Mania. So, I mean, it is possible, but not possible. So please help me understand.
So
it is possible to be rich in Kenya doing a normal, regular job, but it is also not possible.
So one of the things that we have to think about in this process of how to take this and recognize where it's going, or what I can do with, let's say I know that in 10 years, a mkokoteni might not even be there.
Right.
But what could I do to jumpstart this? What could I do? What could they do in that situation to say, okay, how could I go from here and keep this going, like keep me in business? How am I going to stay in business, or how am I going to make something so that by the time, this is like not even a thing? So I got to think differently, because like there's a lot of people who do that, right? So maybe to start with, it's making another one and getting someone else to help you. So now there's a group of you. There's maybe having a fleet of mkokoteni. Franchising it, like so. But creating a, now instead of it's just like it's now you have people that are going out now and
doing it for you and paying you. But that though is if you are entrepreneur and have an entrepreneurial mindset. So would you say then?
But you almost have to.
Yeah, but would you say that? But
they have it a little bit already that they're in a mkokoteni.
Right, but would you say some people just get stuck?
Yes, for sure.
And
they do the same thing.
It's not possible. Like I am thinking, I don't think it's possible.
And I think it's because everyone does mkokoteni the same way. There's nothing else you do differently. Like this guy, he charges this much, so I also do the same.
Or doesn't offer better service.
He doesn't.
Like, hey, this is my card. If you ever need a job, like if that guy would have given us a card and say, hey, refer me, recommend me, what. But
or even just been like, even if you can't get a card, but even if you could just say, hey, here's my number, please, like you call me anytime. You know what I mean? Like just being proactive, also understanding your value. Just because you have a mkokoteni doesn't make you less than somebody else. And if anybody thinks that they are better than you because you do that business, then that's their problem. And the Bible says we need to understand our own values. So when you understand that that's what you're doing, and when you start to understand that, I think that's why for me, I'm really big on like God is our provider. And we heard a message on Sunday that said that when we take something and we have it in our hands, it just stays that way. But when we take that thing and we put it in God's hand, it multiplies. And so there is we have to think differently. One of the things that I always find interesting here is even like coffee shops. There was a coffee shop called Red Bean Cafe. A long time ago in town. In Eldred town. And it was nice. It was a nice shop, a nice coffee shop. But it's done. It's not even there. It didn't even last how long? It didn't even last
maybe a year, 2 years at most. But also, they didn't treat customers nice.
But the point I'm saying is it doesn't matter if you're a mkokoteni guy or you have a coffee shop. If it cannot last more than a year, something's wrong.
But most businesses don't last.
And most don't. And I think the service, they don't put anything back into the business. A lot of times there's this idea that I have this business now, I leave it run, like the walls start to fall apart, everything starts to get a mess. And there's not money, the money is like I get 100% money that has come in, the owner. And I think a lot of times whoever owns it, they don't put themselves into the business. And I think that's where you have to take your business like this is my business and put yourself in it. But now I think we still have to.
I say when you are poor here, unless you change the mindset, you are gonna stay poor forever. I am sorry. Please help me.
But it's not so tragic. But it's true in the other sense.
So sorry. But the mindset, if you don't have entrepreneurial mindset, treat customers better, open your mind, open your arms, because I think also if you start doing that, somehow the doors start opening and you meet the right people and somehow your doors start open. It's a personal opinion. Don't strangle me on the comments, please.
And don't say, but you left the country. What about you left the country?
And I made it because of going out. Please.
But can I say this? He did leave the country and he made money, yes. You know, he worked hard. But we also knew some people that also left the country.
And didn't make it.
And didn't make it. And in fact, and the point I'm saying is that it doesn't matter where the location. Some people will go to America or Canada or I don't know, the UK or wherever, and they'll do well. And others will not. Because why? Why is that?
The mindset.
It's the mindset.
If you're already doing good in Kenya, you will do good when you go anywhere outside this country.
Yeah.
If you're already doing poor in Kenya, you will do poor.
And this is what I've heard a lot of people say, is that, and I think that we need to stop saying this about Kenya in particular, because I hear a lot of people say, oh, you can't make it in Kenya. Oh, it's so bad here. It's so negative. Like, we just want to get out. We want to go. We just want to get out. If we could just leave here. So the thing is, when it's like cursing your land. When you do that, you can't survive. You can't thrive. Like, God tells us in his word that we eat the fruit of our mouth.
Right.
So our words are so important, and we are the prophets of our own life, really. Well, what we speak comes to pass. If it is so hard, if it is so difficult here, life is so difficult. It's so hard. It's so difficult. It will be difficult. It will be, because you've said it, you've claimed it, you've spoken it. It's difficult. But the thing is, it's not difficult. It's possible. If you recognize, like, everybody else from everywhere wants to come into this country, right?
That is true.
They want to come here.
Even if you are from here and you live outside, you wish to come back home and leave.
Yeah. But if you've always said it's a bad place,
then it will always be.
It will always be bad. And the thing is, I've also heard people in the States, they just complain. Oh, you know, it's people, the Americans, they're this way and that way. And I realized that those people did the same thing in Kenya, that they wanted someone else to fund their needs. So when they got to America, I realized it was hard. It was not easy, that they actually had to work very hard.
Right.
It was not,
Right.
So anyway, we could keep going. This was a good topic.
This was a good topic, but all in all, please say what
comment
you think
below. Yeah.
Because I think it is very difficult. What do you think?
So again, I think it's possible. I think you have to work really hard, but I think it's very possible. I think this is a good country. I think that it's all possible. So, but we like to hear what your thoughts are. And we love you all, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.